What made the Gracies so famous in UFC? As they were throwing punches, instead of guys stepping back, which only encouraged further punches and kicks, they stepped in because it made their punches basically null and ineffective. If you come inside the range, can you still hit me from here? Sure, you can still hit me. It's going to be very, very ineffective. And the whole time while you're doing this, while you're focused on hitting me, I'm focused on throwing you down and so on and so forth. The same principle applies with weapons. If I get inside that bubble, that's it. The weapons become ineffective. So I don't care whether you're grappling, sport grappling, whether you're doing combatives. I don't care whether you're just looking at this space or whether you're looking at this space. Control of inside space is where you're going to be safest. It's always going to be safer for you to push in than it is for you to push out. You guys understand that principle? All right. So we looked at a couple other things. We talked about basically, this is just basically a directional thing just for terms. But we have front side, back side. We handled back side last time. We have the open side and we have closed side. All right, so as we're sitting here, he's presenting that way. This is the closed side of the weapon. All right, this is the closed side of him. If he switches over, I'm now on the open side. All right, now this matters because if I attack him from the open side, he can flare that stock up high and reorient back in on me, can't he? All right, we did this last week. If I approach from the closed side, he can't. You're not gonna get that reoriented back on me. You guys understand? So you have to pay attention, in particular, if you're the one who's being attacked, but also if you're the one who's ambushing this guy with a rifle, you have to pay attention to where your potential dangers are. If I'm going to approach him from the closed side because I see him pass by a door with a rifle and I approach him this way, from here, I'm less concerned about where that muzzle goes. All I need to do is basically drive it away and pin him and start working my positions from here. I can even start coming up underneath and keeping this rifle pinned and start working from my positions and my clinches, or just start working my transitions. If he's on the open side and I come in and I approach him this way, I have to seriously pay attention, even to the exclusion of sometimes abandoning position on his body to control that muzzle. I'm not going to sit here like this and continue to try and work and circle. What did he just do? He just pinned me between the muzzle and the wall. This is exactly what I was talking about last week. If I approach him on that open side and I don't control this muzzle and I'm just controlling here, I want you to watch. That muzzle is pointed out that way. I want you to look at this like a wedge that is just getting smaller and smaller. And as I run away, I'm just getting pinned into the wall. I'm eventually going to get to a point where I got no more space to run. Okay, now we've done this in CQB when we're doing the pistol and we talk about narrowing those lanes and basically just wedging our opponent into a corner. Now you're using that same principle in a fight. So if I'm approaching him from that open side, I have to control this, and if he starts ducking under, I may have to just continue staying on that muzzle because that's the most important thing. One consistent principle that we've stuck with this whole time is that we always address the thing that's going to get us killed first, right? Position is important, right? It really is, but not to the exclusion of something else that's going to get me killed before I get position. If I'm sitting here and I'm steady trying to work a takedown, or I'm steady trying to work his gun here, and he just reorients and drills me, I switched to the wrong priority, did I not? So my priority is I approach from the open side. That weapon is my priority. I got to stick on that. So from here, I'm pinning him. I'm pinning that rifle. If he takes the underhook here, then it's going to be what it's going to be. I can maybe try and wizard and try and come in here and start working this in and getting myself past that muzzle. But what I can't do is I can't sit here when he takes that underhook and let go and start trying to do stuff here where I'm placing myself back in front of the muzzle. Okay? So you guys need to think about it. From an open side, that muzzle is still dangerous. From a closed side, it's not.